Whoops. There's me. I'm finding Lisa. There she is. I think she's coming in. Where is she? There she is. Hi.
Oh my God, the new technology, the new open. It's gonna take a couple times.
Yeah, it's gonna. We have guests today, so that's super exciting.
Yay, we do. All the way from Pacific Palisades, California. Yay!
Any minute. And there they are. Yay!
All right. So today we have a very special guest in California, Elena Alcalay and Holly Lucas Alcalay of Holly's Homegrown, which everybody knows on Corona Kitchen Tuesdays. And then look at those two munchkins in the back. We've got Bella and Alcalay. Yay! All right.
I'm trying to find I'm trying to get us over there. Okay. Hi.
Once you guys get over there, okay, one more turn, Debriana.
And then I'm gonna do it. Hang on. Hide Lisa. We're almost there. It's acting a little slow, so yes, there we go.
Yay! Right. Okay, so Holly, take it away. Tell us who's there and what's happening. What are we making?
Can they hear us?
Uh-oh. No audio?
Uh-oh. No audio? Uh-oh, hang on. Let's see if can you hear us now?
Yes. I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yay.
Okay,
we just can't see Lisa.
We're live and we're in Elena's kitchen.
Bye.
So, Debriana, we can't see Lisa.
Oh,
I don't know why you can't see Lisa. I can't fix that.
Well,
can everybody else out there see her?
Can you hear me?
It's just poor arm.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right, here, I'll hide you. And then I'll put you back in.
Wow.
And see if that works. Now we can see you.
Is it working?
Yes.
I can hear you.
We can't see Lisa.
Oh, that's so weird.
Can you hear me?
Do you want me to log out and log back in or no? Or just
live.
It's okay.
Nobody's muted. Everyone can see Lisa.
Yeah, okay.
Can you guys hear her?
I think it's you guys because tell them, Debriana, I think it's them because they're on the cell phone.
That's weird because she was
Yeah, maybe because it looks like our Facebook people can hear you and see you.
Okay. Well, then if she has a question, she'll have to ask you.
Okay. Let's just go for it.
All right, I'm going to ask Lisa to go ahead and introduce everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't you just introduce your Elena is your aunt-in-law?
My mother-in-law. Yeah. So this is my mother-in-law, Elena Alcalay.
Okay.
And then you know Bella. And then
Hi, Bella.
Come up, Eden. This is Eden. This is my niece.
These are my grandchildren.
Yeah. So this is Bella and Eden, and they're going to help today. We are making a old family recipe from Elena's husband, Jack Alcalay. These are Bulgarian Burekas, and Burekas are they're a pastry. It's a puff pastry stuffed with different savory things. You can also do sweet too, but today we're going to do an eggplant and we're going to do a feta cheese. So we're going to do two different Burekas, and they're delicious.
Yay, nice.
Yeah, you can eat about 10 of these at a sitting. It's not pretty, but we do it anyway. So
nice.
I'm gonna get the camera on Elena. So I'm gonna turn it around here real quick.
Okay, I'm excited. So who is she to you? I can't believe they can't hear you. That's the weirdest thing.
I know.
Okay, Elena, you can get. There you go.
Okay, hello everybody.
Hi.
I cannot see you, but I hope you can see me. My name is Elena Alcalay, and I actually was born in Mexico, but I married a Bulgarian. And for Mexicans, as well as Bulgarians, food is very important. So my mother-in-law taught me how to make some of her very favorite dishes and dishes that are, main meals in Bulgaria. And one of them is called burekas. And today we're going to do burekas made out of one of them will have the filling of eggplant, and the other one will have the filling of feta cheese. So we're going to start just with a process, and then my grandchildren are going to help me put them together.
Okay.
So
It's a group thing. It's a group effort to get these done.
exactly.
Awesome.
So
Great.
I would welcome questions. We're just going to go through the process of the whole
Okay.
thing, and then we can ask all the questions anybody has.
Yep.
So like
Okay,
I said,
I'll let you know when a viewer has a question, because it will come like in a written form. So I'll let you know.
Okay.
okay. So like in the old country, everything was made by hand, but now fortunately we can buy the puff pastry, and this is
Oh,
the
cool.
puff pastry that I buy.
Okay.
It is already
I'll post a picture of it later.
It
Okay.
is already cut in squares, and from those we can come out with 2 burekas for each square.
Okay. Do you
So
buy those at a special store, like a specialty store, or just the grocery store?
yes. Where I buy them is a Persian market, and
Ah,
it is
okay.
in the freezer section.
Okay.
Okay, so either Middle Eastern or whoever, you can Google and see who carries this. But I found that the best brand is this, the
Okay.
Indo-European
Yeah.
puff pastry.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the eggplant bureka. And so you buy your eggplant,
Mm-hmm.
and you always touch it so it's hard. Don't take it when it's soft because it's old and it has a lot of seeds.
Oh,
So
okay.
you, so
I did
you
not know that.
look for the
Me
eggplant
either.
that is hard.
Okay.
Once that you have it, then you will put it in a baking
Uh-huh.
sheet. You will put some foil, and you will stick it in the oven and put it on broil.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
high
Okay.
broil. All right.
Okay.
The high broil is going to make it black almost,
Uh-huh.
and it
Yeah.
is going to make it, very tight. The skin gets very, very tight. But
Uh-huh.
that gives it a wonderful smoky flavor to the eggplant. And
Right.
so
Okay.
that's why it's broiled rather than roasted.
Right. So
Okay.
this
So
way,
you
it's sort
don't
of
put
like
any
what you
oil
guys.
on it or anything?
No oil
You don't put
goes
any
on it.
oil on it or anything?
No.
Not yet, nothing. Right
Okay.
now, we're going by steps.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
just go take the eggplant, put it in here, and put it on the broil.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how long do you usually broil it for?
Well, it depends on your oven. I have a convection oven, and so it does it in about 20 to 30 minutes. It has
Okay.
to be really taut. The
Right.
skin has to be really taut, that you kind of,
Okay.
puncture it and it goes boof like that.
Okay.
Okay?
That's a
That's a
technical
technical
term.
term.
Technical, very technical.
Right. So if for those of you who've never done this before, if you have roasted red peppers, especially for the Santa Fe viewers, you all are familiar with peppers. It's a similar process to that. So
Okay.
Elena has a really great way of showing you how to take the seeds out of the eggplant. So we thought we'd go ahead and just let people see this because it's really great.
I
It's
wanna
easy.
Okay.
It's a good tip.
So
Yeah.
this is supposedly very hot. And what I do.
You can do it flat. It's okay. I got it.
Huh?
I've got it. You can do it.
You
flat.
have it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I do is I make like a U with a knife.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know
it's
if you
just
can
in the
see.
top of it?
It's okay. You can just do it straight.
You see? Like that. And
Yeah.
so what happens is that this becomes like a little envelope
Oh,
that I
wow.
peel out. Okay?
Oh my
Yeah.
And
God.
once this is done, you never use a metal spoon. You always use a wood spoon. So you
Okay.
take it out, you scoop it out. But because of you made that little envelope, you can see that the seeds are very visible immediately.
Uh-huh.
So you start just peeling it. You see how it is?
Yeah.
It lets you see the seeds. You can just take them out like that.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool.
Very easily. Okay,
It's a
very
great
easily.
tip. It's a
So
great
That
tip.
is cool.
So you
Okay.
keep on going to the other layers, and again, you know, you just scoop the seeds. You don't make a
Wow.
mess. You know,
You don't want to make a mess.
you don't want to make a mess. That's right.
Wow.
So the only thing that remains, you know, within the eggplant is the meat itself
Right.
without the
Uh-huh.
seeds. So it doesn't become really difficult to take them out. Okay.
Okay, so are
So
you going to use the skin too?
no.
You're going to
No.
keep.
So
You're gonna
once
peel it.
that
Okay.
this is done,
Yeah.
look,
Okay.
I can just peel this thing off, or you can do the peeling beforehand, and then it will all remain.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. Once
It's
you get
very
it.
fast,
Yeah.
and it's very easy. And then the only thing that you will have will be, look at that. See?
Wow.
That's very satisfying. Wow.
Well, you know, this is it.
No.
So
Wow.
look at
I
this.
just want to do that and know that I've done it. That's just so cool.
Okay, you can see. Look how it is,
See what
right?
that's a sense of accomplishment right there.
Right there. So
I'm
we're
so
starting
done.
good. We're starting good. Okay, so now you have this, and then what you're going to do is we'll put it here away. You're going to chop it. Oops.
Okay.
So you're gonna take it here, chop the head
Uh-huh.
off, right? Throw
That's
this
also
away,
quite satisfying.
and then just chop it. You know, as
Okay.
fine as you want, because you want it to, you know, you're going to put it in a pan. Okay, so you chop it like that.
So Elena, why do
Okay.
you not use the Cuisinart for this?
Why don't I use the Cuisinart? Because the Cuisinart is going to make it so liquidy that you really don't want it. When you bite into the bureka, you want to have some texture.
Yeah.
And that will only make it like a puree. Of course, I know
Yeah.
you can adjust the Cuisinart, and maybe, you know, maybe you can, but it'll be very, very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you have this, then what you do is you put it in a pan,
In a frying pan.
in a frying pan. You
Mhm.
put a little bit of oil to
In a
get the
circle.
liquid out.
Yes, you got to. We all do the olive oil the same way.
I saw that.
Very little oil over the fire, and you dry it up. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Okay. Yep.
So you start moving it around. You know, you've chopped it very much smaller than this. You put
Yeah.
the olive oil, and then you're going to take a yolk. Okay.
Just the egg yolk.
Uh-huh.
Egg yolk.
Okay.
And only the yolk. You're going to separate the yolk. You're going to
Okay.
put it in here. And then the white, you're going to put it in here, because we're going to save everything from one egg.
Okay. All right.
You know, these people used to go through the war, so they didn't waste anything.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, this is peasant food.
All right. So you take the egg, you know, you take the egg yolk, and as I said, you just kind of put it, you know, with the egg, but don't let it cook. It should not
Okay.
cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's important when the egg yolk goes into the eggplant is not hot. Because
Right,
it'll scramble the egg.
that's right.
Right.
It's a binder. It's a binder for the eggplant. So and it also helped make it kind of creamy too.
Yeah.
So it's a nice addition.
But it should not cook.
Yeah.
All
If
right.
you
Okay,
start
so
to scramble it.
are you going to add some spices and salt and all
No.
that after you add the egg, or nothing?
You can add a little bit of salt
Okay.
at this point. Okay,
Okay.
but that's it. No
That's it.
more.
All right.
No mas.
No more. And what you're going to end up is with something like this.
So this is the final product.
This is the final eggplant with
Okay.
the oil and with the egg yolk.
Okay.
All right, but you can
Beautiful.
see the texture. It's very, you know, it's like a what would you say, mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
almost like that.
Yeah.
Okay? And remember one thing, you never use metal to take the meat out of the eggplant. Always wood,
Okay,
because it
why is that?
oxidizes it and it
Okay,
makes it
perfect.
black.
Yeah,
Mhm,
it
that's
discolors
right.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So
So now,
Yes,
we are ready to have
they give
the
you a plate for that.
eggplant, the bureka. Yeah,
You want to put
I'll
this
put
on?
it
Just slide
here.
it and put it on here.
Yeah, just put it in there. All right.
amazing that you only add salt,
All right.
I know.
you know?
I would have thought there would have been garlic or something else in it.
You know, you can, but this recipe is specific to my husband's
To
family,
Bulgaria.
the
To
Bulgarian,
Bulgaria.
family.
Okay.
So their family was originally from Spain. They were Sephardic Jews from Spain. This is the same group of people that did the eggs, the brown eggs that you cook for
Oh, right,
12 hours.
right. Mhm.
So the Sephardic Jews his family was originally in Spain, and then during the Spanish Inquisition they fled to Bulgaria. So they took all of their Sephardic Jewish cooking traditions with them. And this recipe was originally a Turkish recipe that the Turks got from Asia, and when the Sephardic Jews started to make this, they wanted to make it kosher, so they started adding the pastry bread instead of the bread that the Asian and it was more of a dumpling, and now it's turned into more of a bread.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's where this is a very, very old recipe
Okay.
from the Ottoman Empire.
Right. And
Okay,
the Ottoman Empire was in Europe for 500 years, in every country, including Croatia and every place.
Wow.
So we have a lot of things in common in Greece.
Do you want to do the
Yeah.
cheese now
Okay.
first?
Yeah.
Okay. So the second one we're going to make.
So this is your filling of eggplant.
Okay.
Now you want to make the cheese one. So what do we have? Well, we have cottage cheese. We
Oh,
didn't bring the carton of cottage cheese.
okay.
Okay.
Like
A little
any
bit of
style
cottage
cottage cheese?
Yes.
Is it
We
a
have,
particular kind?
well, I
Okay.
use low fat because there's enough calories in what we're doing. So, I figure better, use low
Cut it
fat.
a little.
Okay. So you use this, and you also put in some feta in here.
Okay.
All right.
Which I
Now,
have right here.
here is
Now,
the feta.
and where is that feta from? Why is it important?
Okay. So this, as you know, is feta is made in France, in Greece, in many, many countries. But I like Bulgarian feta because Bulgarian feta is not too salty. I find the French very salty, and the Greek, I don't like the texture.
Okay.
So I kind of, tested them all, and I like Bulgarian. It's very mild, it's not too salty. And to conserve this cheese in water and milk, I will give you the recipe about buying feta.
Okay.
But to conserve it, you make a brine. So you take the big chunks or the small chunks of feta, and you put water and milk, and you can
Oh,
keep it in the refrigerator for ages if you don't need
really?
it. Yes.
Wow.
And you put
Okay.
a little bit of salt, because salt is also what keeps the brine,
Preserve it.
to preserve it.
Got it.
But always with water, a little bit of milk, and a little salt, all the way to
Wow.
almost the top.
Okay.
That's a great cooking
So
tip.
any goat cheese can be preserved like that.
Great.
And that's the way they ship it from Bulgaria, by the way.
Yeah.
They
Do
ship
you
it in
change the
brine.
milk out? Do you change the brine out, or you just leave the same brine?
Until it's finished, I throw the brine, I bring more cheese, I make it, and it lasts, I don't know, 3 weeks or
Okay.
as long as I have the cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never
cool.
reuse
I
the
never knew
brine.
that.
And I've found Bulgarian feta at Trader Joe's before, and usually like the specialty section in Whole Foods, you can find it. It's something you don't even think to look for, but it's there. There's also the Israeli
The Israeli
feta
feta.
is good too, and that's both at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. So
Yes.
Okay.
it's
cool.
not too hard to find.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So we have the mixture then. We have the feta with the cottage cheese, and then you
Okay.
will take the yolk yolk, put in here. Only
Okay.
the yolk, not the white.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you will mix it. This one, you can use a metal spoon. It is like
Okay.
this.
This
Okay.
one you can use
If
the
it is too watery, because you made it too watery or something, you can take little breadcrumbs also and make it a little thicker.
Right.
But
Okay.
usually I know exactly the proportions and I don't need to do that. So
Okay.
here we have the two fillings, the eggplant and the cottage cheese. Right?
Ta-da.
Okay.
So now we
Yay.
are ready
Now this is the fun part. So
to
now
start
Bella and
the
Eden will help.
process of making the bureka. And
Okay.
for that, I'm going to have my two granddaughters do the process, right? So
Okay.
each one is going to get a square. By the way, these sheets they have like a paper in between, so they're easy to separate. And I would say, and I go and I buy about 4 packages when I get them, and I freeze them. And when I'm going to make burekas, I take the package out about 3 hours before, and let it stand outside the freezer and outside the refrigerator.
Okay.
And then I use it because if you leave it too much out, then it's hard to manage. Another
Okay.
thing which I learned from my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, you never make burekas in a hot day because the dough gets soft very fast.
Yeah.
And so it is not a good idea. So here is how you peel it. You see, it comes there.
Yeah.
And then you have
Don't cook it with paper.
the two things like that. So we're going to have each one cut. I'm going to actually cut them for them. You
Okay.
are going to cut each square in a diagonal.
Right. So you make 2 triangles from your
And you
square.
make 2 triangles, right?
Yep.
And then here you put one here and one here. All right. So now
Okay.
we're going to make, first, we're going to make the cheese. So you're going to take the cheese and you're going to put a little bit in the middle. Like that.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to put a little bit like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take one end and you're going to close it like this.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then with your thumb, with their thumb, you're going to do this.
Oh, pinch the ends.
Pinch the ends.
You see that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Technique.
Okay.
That's
So you don't put any water or egg or anything there. It'll close on its
The
own.
mixture is there.
The mixture's inside. And what? No, you just pinch it. Yeah, you don't use
All right.
not like a wonton or anything. You
So
know where you
here
whip
it is.
Yeah, you just
And then you're going to have a pan that's going to be
with parchment paper.
With parchment paper. And it's going to be ready for you to put one bureka.
Okay.
There we go.
Got it.
All right?
Beautiful.
This is just part of the process.
Okay, so Bella and Eden.
And Eden are going to make one. And then we're going to make another one here.
No, two at the
No,
top.
no.
You go in half.
Only
Well,
one.
show them how to do it.
You fold it.
Hold it.
do it right.
Corner. This corner matches that corner. There you go.
Yeah, there you
There you
go.
go.
Nice.
There, now take your thumb.
Your thumb.
Don't try to
There you
take.
go.
Yeah, like that.
No.
There.
Yeah, yeah.
There,
A little bit
perfect.
further inside so that the cheese does not get out.
So cute.
It's because puff pastry is full of butter.
Yeah.
And when it bakes,
Yes, that's why it's delicious.
that's why it's so
Even this
good.
side's open. Here is open.
Yum.
That's good.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, put
so
'em on.
now you're going to place it,
You got it?
and you're not going to place it like this. You're going to place it like this to make place.
Again.
Okay, so this one
Oh, got it.
like this. So you try and make. All right. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So this is
Yeah.
the cheese. Now we're going to start doing the
The eggplant.
eggplant. So here, take that.
Holly,
We're
do you
putting the cheese
Holly have
there.
a finished one?
We're gonna take the
What's that?
thing, take the
Does Holly have a finished one?
cheese.
Are they going to show us a finished one?
Yeah, you have the finished ones already done, right?
We do. We'll show you. There's one more step after this.
Okay.
There's
Oh,
there's an egg wash and a sesame seed.
Oh, okay. Well, yes,
Okay.
I see. Somebody else uses the freezer besides moi.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
These
yeah.
things can be prepared ahead of time, not too far ahead of time. The eggplant, yes, but not the cheese and the egg.
All right.
Okay.
And then you can, once they're on this parchment paper, or but actually before, you can freeze these still in the dough
Okay,
state like
that's
this
too much.
in a
Oh, okay.
Okay.
you can put
This
them
is
in the freezer in an airtight container.
airtight container.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You see here,
Cool.
he didn't put too much. This is too much. Because
Yeah.
what happens is that the whole thing is going to come out.
Explode.
So
Yeah.
You need to
let
do
me
it right.
give you another option. Because you can make
No
cheese,
exploding.
eggplant only, or eggplant with cheese.
Okay.
Okay, so if
Yep.
this were eggplant with cheese, what you would do is put a little feta inside the eggplant
Oh, gotcha.
and
Okay.
mix it like that. I like them separate.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
you know, it just gives it a very different flavor.
And
But
do
you
you
can,
ever
of
make
course-
them, Elena? Do you ever make them with meat, or just it's always
Absolutely, you can make them with meat. You can make them with potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, nice.
the original was only vegetables and cheese because they didn't get meat, you know.
Sure.
People
Sure.
up there, and they didn't have meat. They were
Yeah.
not meat
Right.
eaters. They were
Right.
mainly vegetable eaters,
Right.
vegetarians. Yeah.
So,
But
So
you can
some-
definitely use
This is
ground
an
meat.
appetizer, not as a meal. So is this a meal or an appetizer?
Oh,
The
that's a hard one to answer. You know,
could be.
we made 80 burekas this weekend, and we have none.
We ate them all.
Yes, my son, my sons and my grandchildren, they eat plenty, and we do too. You can have them as snacks. You can have them as a that only with a salad, etc., etc. So yeah,
Okay.
put them in there.
We eat, my husband can eat a dozen in a sitting, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. But they're so good, and we just gobble them up. And then we realize it's time for dinner, and we've all had 10 burekas, and we're like,
Okay.
oh god.
Let's do one more, and then we're going to put them in the. I'm going to give you the final step.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that
How are we
like you-
doing with time?
We're doing great.
Yeah.
We're doing great.
Oh, is that like you put
Okay.
it?
You want another one, Eden? You can have another one. We're gonna eat them anyway.
Yes, we
Might
will.
as well.
And they're not close enough to share.
No,
No.
wars have been started over these. Believe me.
Yeah. This is like I said, this can be a meal because you can serve it just with a salad. You
Yeah.
can serve it with another vegetable dish.
Mhm.
Elena,
Oh.
tell the story about the first time you made them for Jack,
Yes.
your husband.
So I will tell you the story of how I made it for the first time. At that time, there were no packages. And of course, my mother-in-law would have never in her dreams made things out of a package. She had to start things from scratch. So she taught me, he gave me the recipe on how to make the dough. And it's called butterteig, which is like a very buttery dough. And you have to roll it and freeze it and fold it and freeze it and mold it like that. So I worked one whole day for I don't know how many hours trying to make the dough. Finally, after many, many hours, I was able to make 15 burekas, which I filled with cheese and eggplant. My husband came back from work and he said, "Oh, burekas." And I said, yeah, I made them. And he said, "That's great." And he ate all of them in 15 minutes. And I wanted to kill him, honestly, because, I had worked the whole day and he had eaten this in 15 minutes. So this was the the first and last time I decided to make the dough, and I started looking for where to buy the dough because it was just too much labor.
Yes.
I mean, and, you know, it was just incredibly labor intensive. And as much as you love somebody, for me, it didn't work. Okay.
Okay.
So we have here
Okay.
the burekas.
Yay.
Some are made
Beautiful.
with cheese and some are made with eggplant. Now, I do each one in separate trays because
Right.
I want to know like how many I have of cheese, how many I have of eggplant. When I have
Okay.
parties, I make 2 platters. And one of
Mhm.
them is cheese and one of them is eggplant. And I put little signs because not everybody likes everything.
Not everybody is
I
right.
have the burekas here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get them ready for the oven. So
Okay.
this is egg white.
And that's
Ah.
the leftover from the yolk we use because
Remember
we
that
use
it's a-
everything.
Exactly. Remember, we use everything. We use the yolk. So now we're going to do the egg white. So you brush it like that.
Okay.
Do it then.
Nice.
Good job.
Good job, Eden. Eden's an artist, so she knows how to use a paintbrush, huh?
Here, Bella.
Aw.
All right, Bella.
Here, put enough, put enough. There you go.
Aw.
Okay. Whoops. And here, Elena, here are the sesame.
Great. You guys are doing great.
Thank
And
you.
here, well, with great helpers,
Yeah,
of
we've got a
course.
lot of helpers
Yeah.
here.
So
First.
the last thing that we do is we take sesame seed
Okay.
here,
All
and then
right.
you sprinkle them like this.
Is it raw? They're raw sesame seeds?
They're raw sesame seeds.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
That's going to be good. I want some of those.
No.
I wish we could have
There you go.
Okay, Jack.
I'm hungry.
I know. We're gonna eat some. Jack, go get
Okay.
the tray of the finished ones over there.
You do it to Bella. There
Nice.
you go.
Nice. Those are beautiful.
See 'em?
So pretty.
So I
Okay.
imagine you could probably put a sweet filling in them too, right?
A what?
You could
You
put
can
a
put a.
sweet
Can you
filling.
put a sweet filling in them?
Absolutely. The dough is so, it just can do whatever. So you put
Yeah.
your oven at,
Yeah.
you warm it up before you finish this. You take it and you put your oven at 400,
Okay.
which
Okay.
means it's going to be really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you turn it down and put it at 350. And
Okay.
at 350, that's when you put in the bureka.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're ready to put in the bureka, and this is you have to watch it. I cannot tell you because each oven is different, and we are at different altitudes and whatever. So you have to watch it. But
Okay.
when they come out,
Okay, and here.
they will come out
Jack.
like that.
Oh, they're so gorgeous.
Aren't they gorgeous? They're golden and
Okay,
they
you
get
can
puffy.
see. Look
Yeah.
at this one
Here, hold on.
Oh my
with
God.
the eggplant. The eggplant actually came out there.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
got
it's
so
gorgeous.
puffy. It
But
got
these
so
here,
puffy.
and these are the cheese.
And these are the cheese.
But I'll
Oh,
take
those
some
are gorgeous.
pictures and post it with everybody.
Gorgeous.
But we've
Oh,
got now we've got to have our taste testers
Yes.
taste these.
And now, yes, and now we have
This
to
is
have
the best
our
part.
test. Our
Scratch
test.
and sniff.
Here we go. Okay, Jack.
All right.
Okay, we're all gonna taste one. Ready?
All right.
I'm gonna have an eggplant. This is our number one. This is the number one, Jack. Say hi.
These are eggplant.
This is the number one champion Bureka eater, Jack Alcalay, named after his.
All right. All right.
And as you can see, they're flaky and you can give them you can take them for lunch, you can take them on a picnic.
They're so good.
I want one.
Yes.
Oh God. Okay.
Well,
And this is
and
wrong.
we just so everybody knows, they all went and got their COVID test before they all.
We did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Brianna, say hi to
This
Ron.
is my son Ron, and he's also a big Bureka eater.
I'm just in waiting for the camera.
Right. He's in the gold medalist category. All right, and that's it.
great.
Those are Burekas.
So this is
No.
very, very easy. If you follow
Thank
the
you.
steps,
Thank you
no
so
problem.
much.
Thank you guys.
We've got eating to do, so we have to go now.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much, all of you. That was
You're
wonderful.
very welcome. And if
I
they
will
have
be
any questions, I would be happy to answer them. And it was so much fun doing this with you. It was great.
And I'm going to try to write down the recipe since Elena is also the same school of we don't measure, we just taste and what
Yes.
looks right. But I'm going to do my best to replicate an accurate recipe for everybody. And
Well, that's how family recipes go. They don't get measured, and you just do them. Well, often because your ingredients are not always the same, or you're using leftovers, or any
Exactly.
of that.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're
Debrianna,
not
there's
measured.
a question. Debrianna, there's a question.
But I'll put something
Okay,
together for everybody.
there's a question. Hang on, you guys. If there are any leftover, do they need to be refrigerated?
Yes. Leftovers means eggplant or cheese. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what you can do.
Once they're made, though, do you have to put them in the refrigerator? Or could you put them
Once they are made, you can keep them outside in a platter and cover them, with a napkin or whatever, or put them in a also airtight container, and if you
Yes.
keep them like that for a couple of days, they don't need to be refrigerated. But if it's too hot, maybe it's a good idea. And then to warm them up, you just put your toaster oven, never in the microwave.
Okay.
Never in the microwave.
No,
Put it
don't
in
put
your
it in
toaster oven, just for a little bit, and it'll be good as as fresh as just
a daisy.
It's made.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you.
Exactly.
I think that's the only everyone's saying thank you. They really enjoyed it.
There are a lot of wow.
And by the way, one more thing, they go great with wine.
Right.
Yeah.
As an appetizer.
Okay. Well,
Thanks so
we know
much.
where you guys get the wine.
Yes.
We just so happen to know somebody that makes wine that's also related to us.
Yes.
So,
Right.
Yes. So it's good.
A complete family.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't have to go far.
Thank you guys so much. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to make them.
Awesome.
We
Thank
love
you very
you
much.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
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 Bye, Lisa, even though we can't see
Bye,
you.
everyone. Well, there you have it. That's the show today, people. We have our closing, but I have to pull Lisa and I out first. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us.
That was so great. I learned so much. That's what's so wonderful about having people from the families come on and share the old traditional recipes. I just love it so much. Thank you, Elena and Bella and Megan and Holly.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Well, I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's
for another day.
For another day.
And the open's going on right now.
Oh, why is that the open? Well, in case you missed the opening.
We're just gonna play it again.
Yeah, why not?
Tell us what you think about the open. We'd like to hear it.
And we also have the photo contest coming up.
We do.
Today is Sunday, so get ready, people.
Later.
All right, now I've got the right one.
Are these
Let's see if it works.
Oh, yeah!
There we go. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Woohoo!